The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We're not quite to 7 o'clock, so we will have the word and the chance to get to Vegas to see the Killers in their hometown coming up after sports.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, it's the last thing I want to do is start sports with something like this, as the Chiefs had their Super Bowl celebration parade yesterday, and tragedy struck as there was a shooting inside. In fact, it was after the parade kind of ended, and the team was in an area there called Union Station, which is similar to kind of our Union Station in a way. It's almost exactly like it. It's a very popular place to go into. It's very cool. I've been there. I know Case, our producer, his girlfriend is from Kansas City and knows it very well as well. Tragically, one person lost their life. 22 people shot. A bunch of kids were shot.
Yeah.
And it's not a terrorist event as far as what they're saying, but it's more details coming out probably as the day goes on. They have the people in custody. In fact, a bunch of Kansas City Chiefs fans jumped on one of the people involved. There was 3 people involved, but they said they've recovered one gun in the shooting, and there's no word on like what caused it or what happened. But I just want to give a mention because it's one of us, one of our alumni, the sad person that passed away, Lisa Lopez, of a radio station. She was a radio host. KKFI Radio. She did a Taste of Tejano radio show there in Kansas City, and she tragically lost her life. And she has a couple kids, and her kids were injured in the shooting as well.
Oh, man.
It's disgusting.
And of course, it's close to home here because of Highland Park.
Exactly. And just the things that happen daily here in Chicago as well. I mean, it's we see enough of it. We avoid the news. In this radio show, we try to be an escape from that. But this is something, we're not tone deaf either to what happens in the world. And again, I was talking to Case beforehand. I went to Kansas City for Thanksgiving. One of my best friends lived there to go see the Eagles-Chiefs game because my wife's from Philly. And we went to Union Station. It's a popular spot. There's a great barbecue place right there. That's the first place we went to in town. It's beautiful. Me and Megan and Harper took a picture of the Christmas tree right there inside, right where this shooting happened. Ugh. And again, Case, I don't know if you want to say anything, but I know your girlfriend's from Kansas City.
My girl knew people that were at the parade, and luckily they're all safe. But it is, it's jarring, even if it's not necessarily our backyard. It hits close to home for me, and particularly because of her relationships with people she knows. So it's another terrible situation. Another
senseless, stupid, tragic, thing that happened in an event where everybody's supposed to be celebrating and having a good time, and it's upsetting. Makes my stomach hurt every time things like this happen. There's no way to get out of that story without, getting the other sports stories, but we'll stay with football as the Chicago Bears. So we've talked about them battling over the property in Arlington Heights, and they want it lowered. They want the value lowered. They paid $197 million. Excuse me. $197 million for that property for Arlington Race Park. Tear it down. They've already torn it down. They want to build the stadium out there. We all know that's the plan for the last year and a half to 2 years.
Yeah.
They're not happy with the property taxes they're going to pay, so they've been arguing with Arlington Heights and saying, we think the value really is about $60 million. Again, Kara Caribou filling in here for Kenzie as a real estate agent.
Well, I always say you should fight your taxes because the worst thing that can happen is you lose.
How often when people, like a residential person, fights their home property taxes?
I almost always win,
You
actually.
always win. It almost always gets lowered.
Yeah. I go through a lawyer, even though I could print out the information myself, just because it takes time. And then you don't have to pay a lawyer unless you win, unless you hire the wrong lawyer. Most lawyers, no, they normally don't. They'll charge you like a percentage of your first year's savings, but when you win, it's for the next 3 years. So it's worth fighting, especially if you're going to sell your house, because you can say that. Because they'll know your taxes are high, and you're like, yeah, but we have we're trying to fight them. Okay, good.
And most of the time, you win, you're saying, when you fight your property taxes.
I mean, even if you don't win, I've won every time that I've fought it.
How many times have you done it?
Every time it's renewed. But even that, my taxes still have doubled since I moved there 20 years ago, and that's with winning, fighting the taxes.
Right, because they reassess, a neighborhood gets better, and all of a sudden they say, you paid $4,000 last year, now you're going to owe $8,000 this year. And it prices people that own their homes, did the right thing, and paid off their mortgage, and they can't live in their neighborhood anymore.
I know.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Now the Bears isn't in that situation, right? Because they have a lot of money.
That's a lot of reduction they're asking for, though. That's like more than half.
Yeah, easily. And they say the school district, of course, gets that money in Arlington Heights. The people that live out there, they benefit from that tax money of a new football stadium. Bears are saying, we're thinking $60 million. And then even the school district said $160 million.
Yeah.
They were $100 million apart. But they said they were going to give them an answer by the end of the month. And the Cook County Board of Review informed the team yesterday its decision to leave the property's value at $192 million,
Wow.
which would quintuple the tax bill. So I'm telling you, that guarantees right there to me that they're going to build the stadium in the South Lot by Soldier Field and not in Arlington Heights. I think so.
I wonder what the taxes are there.
Interesting, because the Bears don't own Soldier Field.
Oh, then they don't have to pay it.
So it's a Chicago Park District.
Right.
But I assume they will own the new stadium when they build it. That's something that hasn't been discussed, I don't think.
I mean, they should have enough money just from the cost of parking. Have you ever tried to park at a Bears game? It's ridiculous.
It's impossible. I think even taking the train takes you 25 minutes off the Roosevelt stop or the Metro stop. Forget that. You got to get over there.
That's what I liked about Arlington Heights. There's a train that goes right there. And there's a big parking lot, hopefully.
Yeah, they had a whole plan. There's a Metro train stop there, too. So it would have been a nice, convenient way to do it.
I think we're going to get a skate park there now instead. This is Brian's dream, Kara, is any vacant lot. Brian's like, I'll put a skate park there.
Yeah. I guess when I think about that, because Chicago wants them to stay, I don't know if they somehow make them a part owner of the stadium, because that's what the Bears want. They want to own their stadium. They want to make all the money. They want to put a sports book in there.
If you own something, you have to pay taxes, though. That's the way it goes.
Not if you're a billionaire.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, go off, King.
Sometimes you skate around it, like saying the property's worth $130 million less than you paid for it.
Yeah.
But to Kara's words, go ahead and fight it. Bears did the right thing.
The Bears
File
are
an
like,
appeal.
the schools are pretty good. Like, what do you want us to do? You know?
Yeah, but I'd hate to see Arlington Heights lose all that money. You
Sure.
know?
Yeah. I'm sure the people that live there feel the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Bears walk into school and go, these kids got iPads. Everything's fine here.
Everybody has a Surface Pro here. They're living.
Also, listen, 2024 NFL Draft Party's been announced for the Bears, so it's going to be April 25th, 6 p.m. Patrons will be there to watch, the first round. Bears have the 1 and the 9. Who knows if they're going to trade them? General admission tickets, $45. And those are usually really fun, those draft parties.
Yeah, oh my God, absolutely. And this will be historic for possibly many reasons. No matter what the Bears do, it will be scrutinized to the ultimate degree.
Yeah, trade it, get Caleb Williams. You know, if they get Caleb Williams, he won't work out. If they trade for the picks,
then he'll be the star.
He will work out.
Yeah.
That's the spirit, Brian.
It's just the way things
it's
work.
the middle of February, and you're already counting the Bears out.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
All right, we got one of those problems that when Kenzie was here, Kara, she would just go nuts, and it helped make her have carpal tunnel syndrome. So I said text SIN, like Sin City, to 312-591-8300 for your chance to GTFO. You get the trip to Vegas to see the Killers, $100 Visa gift card. It's a great trip. Everybody started texting sun, like the sun in the sky.
And not intentionally. I think it's just an autocorrect.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, they are texting sun, thus they are not entered to win GTFO right now.
You're not in. And I know you're like maybe doing other things right now and you text sun and think it's over.
Yeah.
It's not.
Retext.
Make sure you text. I want to make sure everybody has a chance. SIN. S-I-N. Kara knows all about sin.
It's her thing.
I do.
So text in that to 312-591-8300 for your chance to GTFO. And while you're dialing, just so you give it a little time, here's a little funny thing that's been going around the wonderful internet lately. It's Leonardo DiCaprio in a Bubble Yum commercial in the late 80s when he was a little kid. I don't know. I just thought I'd play this for you.
This is a chunk of super soft Bubble Yum bubblegum. This is a loud thumping tube pumping boombox. Both are known for blast. But on the yum is the fun that never blows out. Big mouth busting Bubble Yum keeps it popping.
I just picture Leo in like The Departed. If you haven't seen that movie, the scenes in that movie, and then he's just singing this little Bubble Yum. Bubble Yum was amazing, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I don't chew gum anymore because my jaw clicks.
Was that the one that had the comic strip in there? Or was that Bazooka?
That was
Bazooka. Yeah.
Hold on. You don't chew gum anymore?
Right. I loved chewing gum. I love Bubble Yum. What was the one that was like chewing tobacco?
Oh, Big League Chew.
Big League Chew.
Yeah.
I'd eat the whole thing. I might chew the whole thing. But my jaw clicks now.
And so does it hurt or does it just make a
annoying,
noise?
probably.
If I'm chewing gum, it just clicks all the time. Like when I'm making out with Megan, it clicks.
Ew.
God, I feel so bad for her.
Which part's the ooh?
I wouldn't want to be making out with someone hearing this weird click noise.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
So again, we'll give you the word for GTFO, the Killers in Vegas. When we get done, with Clash with Kenzie.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
Here we go. Kara Caribou filling in admirably for Kenzie while she's on maternity leave.
Thank you.
You're doing, I don't think you've won yet, though, but
I came close yesterday, I think. Does that count?
it does count. Count for something. So Rachel and Park Ridge competing against Kara today for the LCD sound system, the Kinda Tour 2024. Pretty special event here with Live Nation that we're doing at the Aragon. 4 shows with LCD sound system, a rare, unique event. So Rachel, ahoy, tell us something really quick about yourself.
Ahoy. I have 2 wonderful daughters, a 3-year-old named Lucy and a 1-year-old named Rowan. Playing for them today.
So nice. So I have a 15-month-old, Harper, and we're trying to talk about having another one.
Ooh.
And
Congrats.
thank you. Was it hard to have the second one? Was it just pretty easy? Just boom, it's done.
So I think it's a bigger adjustment for the first because before you have any kids, you can, go to a Cubs game midweek, drop everything. You don't have responsibilities.
Preach, girl.
Yeah. So then when you have them, you got to plan. So you go from like 100% down to 30%, and then you kind of get back to 60, I would say. And then when the second one rolls around, you're just going from 60 to 30. So it doesn't seem quite as extreme.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but it is the sweetest thing on earth to see them interact with each other.
Yeah.
The younger one just started saying Lucy, and it's so sweet hearing them talk to each other and play. So it is worth it as psychotic as they are.
Whoa. It turned darker at the end. And Kara has 2 grown children now.
Yeah,
So.
like you get your freedom back, and then they steal your car. Like, I could go to things, but I never have my car.
All right, well, here we go. That's good, some good insight there. We're going to keep trying. All right, so first 1 to 5 wins. Listen carefully, Rachel. If Kara gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same with you. Call heads or tails. Call it right now.
Tails.
It is tails.
Wow.
Good job. Rachel goes first. Rachel, question number 1. What plant makes up most of the koala bear's diet?
Oh, my gosh. Bamboo?
It's not bamboo.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, what are you going to say instead?
If it's not eucalyptus?
It is eucalyptus.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, Kara. Goes back to Rachel? No, it goes back to Kara.
It goes back to Kara.
What animal is known for its ability to change color to match its surroundings?
Aren't there a few animals that do that?
There's one I'm thinking of.
Okay. All right, so think about what Brian's thinking
we're not
of.
talking about those weird spiders that blend into the tree.
No, we're talking about a mainstream A-level animal.
Okay.
Yeah, don't go too deep on this.
It's in all the books.
A peacock?
No.
They don't do that. I mean, they have a nice, spread.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. They have a nice spread.
Okay. All right.
That better be a takeaway today later. Peacocks have a nice spread. Rachel, do you know what that is?
A chameleon.
A chameleon. There you go.
Duh, should have known that.
Back to Rachel.
Yes.
What is the name of the hard white material found on elephant tusks?
Ivory.
That's also my favorite soap. Still use it.
Biodegradable.
Yeah, it's the best soap. All these other fancy soaps, screw that. A pump soap, you don't need that crap. Just use Ivory.
I love pump soaps.
Do you?
Yep.
Sponsored.
Should be. The
Brian
sales
is
department's
not a
listening.
soap sponsor.
I don't think Ivory has enough money to do an endorsement right now. I go to Target, there's like one package of bars there where they have all the other stuff, all the fancy soaps.
Oh,
and
pump soaps?
Yeah, I just get Ivory. Are you a pump soap guy or a bar soap guy?
No, I don't even understand fully what Ivory soap is. I get a bottle of just like Dove, and it's a bottle, and
Yeah,
I put it
it's
in
a
my
foam.
hand. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't really understand what you're talking about.
Foam doesn't
You don't know
clean.
what a bar of soap is?
I wasn't sure with the way he said it what he meant.
It's a white bar.
Okay.
Kind of like Dove. Dove does
Yeah.
that too.
Okay, but I know what a bar of soap is.
Okay. I don't think you do. Oh boy. So Rachel, do you have bars in your house or just pumps?
We are pump people.
Okay.
Well, you're one of those.
Yeah, you sound like that.
It's 2-1. Let's go back to Kara.
Kara, what is meteorology the study of?
You're
Isn't it my turn?
Is it Rachel's turn?
I lied.
No,
That was my turn.
No,
Yeah.
Rachel is a liar and she's a pump person.
And her kids are what? What did she say?
And
about
her kids are demonic, I think she
Sorry.
said.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
She said at the end her kids are psychotic, is what she said.
Right.
Did you say meteorology?
I did. Well, she didn't say anything.
No, you.
No, you, Brian. Well, repeat the question.
Oh, what is meteorology the study of?
Weather, right?
That is right.
Okay.
Trying to get her on a meteor thing.
Yeah. Thanks.
Rachel, what was the name of the actor who played Jack Dawson in the Titanic?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's right. Just
Very
played
good.
his Bubble Yum commercial. Let's see. Back to Kara.
Yes, 3-2 back to Kara.
What web browser is the successor of Internet Explorer?
Okay, I'm an Apple person. This isn't fair.
Life isn't fair.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Adulthood's a disappointment, Kara.
Yeah, that's right. My dad used to
It
say
comes
that.
after Internet Explorer?
So it came after Internet
I'm
Explorer.
going to say Internet Explorer 2.
There probably was a 2.0. I hated Internet Explorer. I was a Firefox guy, and now, of course, I'm a Chrome guy. That's
yeah,
the best.
I do Chrome too.
Yeah. You can do Chrome on Apple?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Yeah, Brian didn't know this. We just had this conversation. I have Chrome on my MacBook.
Damn.
So does the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a PC guy.
I know you are.
Let's see here. So, Rachel, what is the web browser? What web browser is the successor of Internet Explorer?
Is it Edge?
It is Edge.
Gosh, she knows her stuff.
It takes forever to get that off as your default.
I know, it's awful.
It keeps coming back. I'm like, I want Chrome. I don't want Edge. What the hell is Edge? I don't want it. The searches are all messed up in there, too. F Edge. God.
Anything else you want to say on the matter?
There's probably some people who are going to come at me like the Android people and say Edge is way better than
I
Chrome.
hope this is what takes you down,
Oh,
is your
God.
anti-Microsoft Edge commentary.
I'm on some kind of algorithm now that's going to like shut down all my stuff. I don't like it.
All right, well, it's 4-2. It's back to Rachel. She can win LCD sound system tickets with a correct answer.
Okay, Rachel. What U.S. president is on the penny?
Is it Lincoln?
It's Lincoln.
All right.
You're going to see LCD sound system. You got to get a babysitter for those psychotic kids.
They have some great grandparents that are wonderful. Not great as in 2 levels. Just regular.
Congrats, you're going.
Clash with Kenzie. The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Oh, Rachel was fun. So now for everybody else, let's do this. To remind you of the word that we gave out at 7 o'clock for GTFO, your chance to get to Vegas to see the Killers in their hometown. Vegas is called Sin City, right? You go there to sin. And
That's part of the prize?
that's the allure. So text SIN, SIN, to 312-591-8300. Your chance, of course, to see the Killers in Vegas. And you get a $100 Visa gift card just for qualifying, which would help me a lot after Valentine's lunch yesterday. Sponsored by Bettenhouse and Automotive and Boost Mobile. Go ahead and do that right now.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
That is Noah Khan coming up. Pearl Jam tickets at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock for Wrigley Field. We made that announcement. World premiered the new song, Dark Matter, which is awesome.
I love it.
So good. So 20 minutes away from 8 a.m., we'll have tickets for Pearl Jam Wrigley Field. Just stick around here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And also, just playing Noah Khan there, just want to point out, last night, dial surfing a little bit. Bulls game, I watched a little bit, but I kind of said, I'm going to move on for something. I know how this is going to end. And they lost. But Noah Khan was on Austin City Limits. Now, I don't know how long ago that was taped, but man, it was good.
Ooh.
I missed the set at Lollapalooza because I think I was going to get crumble cookies or something like that.
That sounds right.
That sounds about right. Case went over there with Brian Phillips. They had a great time. And quote, they had a better time without me.
Oh.
If I was there, I would have ruined it because I probably would have talked through it.
Brian Phillips, who does History of Alternative 3 to 7 every day here, I don't get to see him as much as I'd like because we're very good friends, but we just work different schedules. So when I get one-on-one time with Brian Phillips, it feels like a special occasion for me, and I really enjoy it.
Okay. It's okay. I don't need to be a part of the crew. Squad.
You don't. That's the thing. You don't.
But I was watching it on Austin City Limits last night, and Noah Khan, of course, coming to Alpine Valley. Did you say it's sold out?
Yeah, I mean, it sold out like 2 days after tickets went on sale.
You know how hard it is to sell at Alpine Valley because
Yeah.
the grass goes forever?
Yes.
And Case got tickets in the pavilion, and you said they're now worth double from what you paid?
Yeah, so Kenzie gave me a lot of crap for this because I do work at Q101 and normally I can get into shows that way. But I bought Noah Khan tickets. I spent almost $400 on 2 tickets. And now in the resale market, that's what the lawn seats are going for.
Wow.
So the seats where we're at, because I paid good money, got good tickets, those are worth more now. But Brian's trying to convince me to sell my tickets to come out ahead and make a profit.
Yeah.
I want to go see Noah Khan.
I understand, but it's like a stock. You got to make a decision.
My decision is to keep the stock and go to the show.
I know, but you bought like AOL stock, and now it's up. You got to sell now before it crashes.
Before Noah Khan merges with Time Warner?
Yeah, I mean, like, he might get canceled somewhere, and then people are going to say, I don't want to go to the show. I don't know.
I hope not.
I know. He's a nice guy. He's great.
He's salt of the earth.
I'll tell you what, having never seen him live at Austin City Limits, he's funny.
Well, you can watch on Q101's YouTube channel his interview with the aforementioned Brian Phillips, where they kind of spend the whole interview talking about how much they love Green Day, which is a delightful interview. I would recommend it.
Huh. Yeah. It was really funny. His band is incredible. And so it was really great. So people that got those tickets for Alpine Valley from us, we gave away a bunch. And then you bought them like Case, and he won't sell them, even though he's going to complain about being broke. He's also going to complain. I know he's going to complain after that show. Oh, my God, getting to Alpine Valley was brutal. There was a whole day event. Getting out of there took 4 hours to get home.
Absolutely. You think after all these years they'd have more than 2 lanes, you know?
You would think, Kara.
I mean, how long did they work on the exchange downtown, like 290, where it comes into the city?
Right.
And there's like 8 ramps high going different directions, the bridges. They can't build one of those.
I know.
From like, let's say, the Alpine Valley parking lot that goes like maybe, let's say, a couple miles, like the Chesapeake Bay Bridge in Virginia, all the way over to kind of get some kind of, you can't get out of there.
I know.
It's the worst when you enjoy yourself and then you're stuck for 3 hours. It sucks.
That's why you leave early, and you don't want to leave early if you're at a concert. You're like,
That's right. You know he's going to play Dial Drunk last.
yeah.
To keep you there, even though he's got other great songs. But
That's the problem. If he opens with that, I'm going, all right.
Okay.
Money well spent. Let's head home.
I'm going to get a corn dog.
I'll see you in the car.
So a reminder again, those Pearl Jam tickets coming up at 8 a.m., less than 20 minutes away, right here with Brian and Kenzie and Q101. And something was voted. I don't know, are you a review person? That's something I want to find out from our listeners. Are you people that sit down and actually write a review after you go somewhere, eat something, listen to the Brian and Kenzie podcast? You can write reviews on there. We appreciate it if you do.
If they're good.
Well, they give me, I don't, listen, well, people always say that. They give us a 5-star when you go anywhere now. Make sure you give us 10 stars or whatever. And I'm like, well, I'm not sure you did that. I'm not sure you were 5-star worthy.
10 stars?
Not 10.
10 stars?
10 out of 5, man.
Well,
It's that good.
I will tell you, Xfinity asked me, you're going to get a survey, and if you can just give us all 10s, that'd be great. And I was like, what if you did a 9? What if I feel like a 9's better? Don't they feel like when it's all 10s, I'm lying?
You know what? My Instacart driver told me that if they don't get all like really good reviews, they don't get paid as much.
That's
I don't know
right.
if it's...
I think that's a new thing with companies now. That's why they're all, every time I go somewhere now, they say, hey, you're going to get a review email. If you can just please give us all 10s, that'd be great. Or a 5-star review on Yelp or whatever. They're asking for them now a lot more. Are companies doing the same thing you just said?
Oh, yeah. I went and got a facial the other day, like maybe a week ago. She accidentally sliced my face twice. Like and I still gave her a good review because I'm like, well, it was a mistake. You know?
God, you're a nice person. Hey, did she say though? Give me the 5-star review afterward.
No,
or
I
10
just
star?
knew I'd been there before, but I never had her before. She was kind of young, and dermaplaning, they use a really sharp razor, and she just didn't have it on the right angle. And I'm like, I shouldn't say she did it either. I just knew because she kept putting tissue in one spot.
Yeah, I'm just curious if you're a person that gives a review and what you do on it, because that relates to something in Chicago that just got voted number 1 in America. Voted number 1, and we'll tell you what that is when we come back here at 7:50. And also, if you're a review person, chime in at 312-591-8300, because I want to know something you reviewed and what you did about it, and you take the time to do it.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
All right, we're about 8 minutes away from 8 a.m., and that is Pearl Jam tickets for you. Free ones for Wrigley Field. We world premiered the song Dark Matter a couple days ago, and we announced the shows. It's so incredible, so Chicago, to have Pearl Jam coming back to Wrigley for the first time in almost 6 years. And Q101 will be all over the show and out front, and in the venue and in the pit.
And in the sky.
In the sky, too. We'll figure it out. We got drones. I think a drone could pick me up and put me over the stage.
A drone? Do you think a drone could pick? It's not a claw game, Brian. We're not at Perkins.
Well, those military drones are like, they pick up heavy things. I think they carry missiles. You know what I mean? The military ones.
I think you weigh more than a missile. That's the problem.
Well, that's a question.
I don't know. How big's the missile?
That's a question for another time if I weigh more than a missile. There's a good day here for Chicago. Another number one voted. And we're talking about, are you a review person? Do you sit down after you either use a service, food, whatever, and do you write reviews? Because the Yelp Elite people gave Pequod's Pizza the number one spot in the country for best 100 pizza places in the United States.
Wow, in the country.
Yeah, it's amazing. And listen, Pequod's was one of my birthday meals on the 3-day weekend of my birthday, my month-long celebration.
Run us through the tour one more time, please.
I started with Pequod's.
Of course.
Then I went to Cafe El Tapatio, my favorite Mexican place on the north side.
That's right.
And then finished with City Barbecue, which is a chain place,
Yeah.
but got the Deerfield location. Delicious. Delicious. But Pequod's, here's my hack with Pequod's. Get the small. Even if you have several people to feed, then get several smalls. I think the smalls taste better than the larges.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's maybe because the condensed of the sauce and the burning of the crust, of course, that's what they're known for. They burn the crust with that cheese. It's so good.
And the middle's probably cooked better on a small.
I think so. I think it's cooked better all the way through. It's an even cook, and so get smalls. And that's what we got last time, me and Megan. I was just me and her, so 2 slices is enough of the deep dish. So good. So the Elite Squad voted, and I didn't know what that was. And Megan told me, I used to be in the Yelp Elite Squad, and basically it's people that put extremely detailed reviews, quality pictures. They have a great personal profile on there, like a dating profile, apparently.
Wow.
I don't know what Megan was doing when I was not aware. And a quote by Yelp, it says, quote, have a history of playing well with others.
What does that mean?
Meaning they don't get in arguments on Yelp in the comments of your review.
I think that's a really important quality to have,
That is,
actually.
in life.
Yes, exactly. You have to be able to respect other people's opinions,
Yeah.
even if you disagree.
Isn't it funny that even in the comment section of a food review, people fight?
Well, I think there's a certain level of insanity that comes with writing a food review.
And you're very anonymous. You can be.
Yes, exactly.
You know, yeah.
So imagine seeing something you disagree with. Your first instinct should normally be to attack at that point.
Right.
Yeah, I just think that's funny.
I just think like Yelp Elite people have to be on the brink of no longer being able to conform to society. They're already so analytical and so insane, dare I say,
Well,
that
yeah.
I worry about their long-term health.
Well, they have parties apparently together. They get
What?
yeah, the Yelp Elite gets together. They get and Yelp pays for them. So
Okay, now this is sounding. If you're a business, though, now, I don't know. That sounds like a paid review to me.
well, aren't all reviews a little sketchy sometimes? We see
Yeah.
one that's too good,
Yep.
and we think, well, they wrote that one.
Yeah.
It's weird because I go to reviews, but how much do you really trust a review?
I trust them more when there's a lot of them. If there's only 5 reviews and they're all stellar, I'm like, yeah, those are the employees. That's not,
like the manager.
Yeah.
Wait, so explain this to me.
Yeah.
Brian, hypothetically, you're at home, you're shopping on Amazon.
Yes.
You see something you like.
Yep.
You click on it, you scroll down to the review.
Yes.
You see only positive reviews.
Yes.
Your instinct is to say these reviews are fake.
Only if there's 3 reviews. If there's 180,000, then
That's my instinct. It's kind of like this radio show. We have, if we're in a room of 100 people or 100 listeners and 99 love it and there's one person hating on it, I focus on the hater. I go, how can I, what don't you like? What's your problem?
And then they point the finger back at you.
Yeah, they go, you. How can I turn that guy? It's just how I was born and that's how I'm built. But reviews should work in a good way. You should buy the product if there's good reviews.
You should be able to trust a reviewer.
I know. It's a weird world we're in. I don't know if you guys are reviewers out there. I'd love to know if you guys take the time to do that for products. We have a lot of texts coming, and you can call and explain, too, at 312-591-8300. 773 said he worked in retail, and we talked about how businesses are saying, give me a 10-star when you get this review, or a 5-star review, but give me 10 on all the questions. He said when you worked in retail, if you got a 4 out of 5, it's a fail.
Accurate, yes.
That's 80% good.
Yeah, it's a B- though.
Yeah, but
that's still good. That's passing.
But this is why
I graduated high school with a B- average.
I wish my kids would have graduated with that average.
Graduating with a B- is great. I was an idiot in high school.
Yeah, B- is a good way to go through life.
But the problem is when you work retail now, so like when I worked at Lids, right?
Yep.
You get graded on all of these different things that ultimately factor into like your customer satisfaction score for the store.
Oh, God.
And so it's why when I'm buying something, they ask for my email address or they need my phone number, I just give it to them because it might be annoying to get tons and tons of emails from them, but the employee, the person making minimum wage hourly, they are getting graded on whether or not they have your email or your phone number or whatever. And so it's much easier to just almost repent to a degree and say, yes, you guys were great. Here's all my info. Have a good day.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give them a shout out. Berman Nissan's where I bought my 2019 Nissan Rogue. It's a wonderful car. Their service department is excellent. When I go in there, the way they take care of me and the car and everything. And so they do ask me when I leave, hey, if you make sure you give me 10s when you're going to get this email, because if I don't, I fail.
Yeah.
And I give him 10s because they are good.
Oh, now I feel bad because I gave a not so good review on my dealership deal.
Oh, but it's fair. If it's fair, it's fair. I don't know what you don't have to call them out. But
no, I'm not going to. No, I didn't want to leave. And I literally said, I don't need a rental car. I'll wait. Instead, when I got there, they gave me a rental car for free, which was nice.
Jeez, Kara, how awful they are.
No, but I mean, they didn't tell me it was going to take all day. Like I thought it was only going to take an hour. Like, let me know that I need a rental car because it's going to take so long.
What terrible people, Kara. They gave you a free car for the day.
This is why I'm not in the Yelp Elite.
Clearly.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.